Hello everyone, I am the Lion of Truth, and today I'm going to talk to you about something that's been on my mind and on my heart for quite some time. Basically, I'm going to do a little drawing for you here. So, here's you, perhaps you're a boy, perhaps you're a girl, perhaps you don't identify as a boy or girl, perhaps you identify as a cell or an amoeba or something. It doesn't matter. The point remains the same. We all have our likes and our dislikes in this world, and I'm here to tell you that the sad truth is about 90 to 99% of everything that is created by men, by humans, whether it be music, movies, games, books, food, it's all trash. Almost all of it is trash, and it belongs in the garbage. This is probably a hard pill to swallow, but hopefully you can follow my logic here, and I'll explain exactly why this is the case. When things are created, most of the time, they're only created for one purpose. Whether it's movies, games, books, art, people create these things because they want to earn money. Okay? They create them because they have one goal in mind, and that is to, most of the time, sell it to other people in return for as much, little pieces of paper as they can get. They don't care about the actual quality of the art or the creation. They don't care about how it impacts people positively or negatively. They're only made for one purpose, and that's money. Now this leaves us with about 1%, 1 to 10% of all creations that are not trash. And these are things that are actually made out of, not money, they are made out of love. They are made out of passion, love, unity within the person's heart. This is when people create movies, books, art, music, because they have true passion. They have a desire inside them that is so strong that they need to get it out to the world, and they don't care about if they even make a single cent off of it. You see? So here I'm going to draw a little spectrum for you of creation with mankind. You have love on one side and money on the other. Most of the time, things are built for money, right? 90 to 99%. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but you get my point, hopefully. Most and very few things are created out of love. So I know what you're thinking. You're like, wait, Lion, but all the things I love, they can't be trash, right? All the movies I watch, the games I play, the music I listen to that's on the radio, nope, trash. It's all garbage. Most of it is absolute garbage because it's created for one purpose, and that's it. This is something we all need to understand, and we need to come to terms with. So therefore, I implore you, my friends, anyone who ever sees this or listens to or hears my voice, ignore that 90 to 99%. Ignore the things that are made out of greed, that are made with greed inside the person, and focus on that 1%, that the very few pieces of work out there that are made out of love, that are made out of a desire to tell a story, a desire to unify people, to bring people together, to help others, to save others. Focus on those things, those types of books, movies, games, pieces of art, what have you. When people create out of the love and the passion inside of their heart, that is the stuff you should respect. That is the stuff you should indulge in. That is the stuff you should surround yourself with, things of noble quality, of pure, noble beauty, ethereal works of art, okay? And there are two major examples I can give you off the top of my head of creations that were made out of love and passion for the product, for the medium of art. The first one would be the movie Joker that came out in 2019. for the past about 10 years in the early 2000s, we've been having a craze of movies that are made with a bunch of explosions and special effects and quick cuts and things that are very mainstream and that get a lot of views and make a lot of money. There's been a direct correlation between all of the things I mentioned and how much money a movie makes. Now, The Joker came out in late 2019, and it used a very small budget. It had a very small budget, and it used virtually no special effects or CGI. And guess what? It became one of the greatest movies ever made, and it's heralded now, almost a year later, as one of the greatest movies that has ever been made. And it didn't cater to the greed. You see what I'm saying? It didn't use all the techniques and the special effects that all the other major movies are doing in today's world to garner a lot of money. It made something out of pure love and passion coming from all the creators who were involved in that piece of work, and they just released it to the world, not knowing how the world was going to react to it. Turns out we ended up loving it. Most people ended up loving it, including myself. But the movie could have easily bombed, Warner Brothers barely gave them any money to make it. DC barely gave them any money to make the movie. They almost didn't want it to happen because it wasn't mainstream. It wasn't catered towards the general audience. It wasn't posed to make a bunch of money. It wasn't poised to make a bunch of money. It ended up making a lot of money, which is a side effect of the art, but that's, a side effect. The goal of making that movie was to show passion for the character Joker and tell a good story, and that's what happened, and they succeeded. And the second example I have for you is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which came out in 2017. Now, right around this time, even before that time, the video game landscape was, and still is in 2020, it still is plagued by greed, plagued by microtransactions. Basically, when you buy a game, you don't just get the game, you have to purchase all these little things within the game. They call them small transactions, right? Microtransactions, where you can buy a weapon, a gun, a shirt, a clothing item, a new stance for your character. All these things are charging you little bits of money for them now. And it's horrible. It's destroying video games. It's destroying the industry. And it's revealing the greed of men. Now, Nintendo came out with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and guess what? It did not have a single microtransaction. Not one was included in the game. Could Nintendo have done that? Could they have included the microtransactions, and would it have made more money? Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. It would have made an absurd amount of money. But they respected the art, they respected the medium so much that they would not include that. They would not allow it to be in the game because they knew it would taint the work of art. It would destroy the game. It would lessen its quality and lessen its value as a whole. And they rose above it. Okay, so when pieces of work come out, when art comes out like this, with love and passion inside of the creators' hearts, you can't help but respect it. And by the way, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild won Game of the Year in 2017, as it rightfully should have. Incredible game. One of the best ever made. So there is hope, even if it's just 1% of humanity. There is still hope out there that we can create and explore this universe without greed. We can do it with love and passion and unity in our hearts. So, just wanted to make this little video and tell you guys this stuff. Hope you're all doing well. Focus on that 1% when people create things out of love and allow the greed to die. The universe is not scarce. The universe is abundant. There's an infinite amount of resources. We just need to share with one another. So when you create something, when you do something, if you can help it, try not to do it for money. Try to do it because you actually love it. To infinity and beyond.